celebrate my first ever platinum trophy on PlayStation, I 100% completed Spider-Man again, but on PS5. I guess you could say I 200%ed it. Spider-Man Remastered had 79 trophies, including the DLC. My first step was to complete the story. Luckily, this game doesn't waste any time as we swing right into the action. We are on our way to take down Kingpin once and for all. We make it to his tower and take down some of his henchmen. Finally getting to the top floor in his office, we have our first boss fight of the game.
Boom, bam, bada bop, boom, pow.
Fuck hell. I just got like gangbanged there. Spider-Man just got banged by like Ala Fisks, man. I call him fists, mate. Uh-oh. He's gonna do a backbreaker on me. Oh, okay. After some spectacular quick-time events, we web up Kingpin and get our first trophy of the game. Go to Peter's other job and meet Dr. Otto Octavius. What a wholesome-looking guy. I'm sure he wouldn't do anything wrong. His project ends up breaking. Yo, he's getting that good sloppy. And we have to fix it. After a little mini-game, we finally get to swing around the world a bit, which was very addicting. We fixed his tower to get a better look at the map, and now we can see all the crimes and collectibles in the district. But we will get back to that later on. We learn that there's some Kingpin thugs up to no good on some abandoned construction sites all over the city. We head over there to give them a bit of a kapow and get a gadget tutorial. I get another trophy for this. After defeating 5 waves of Kingpin's men, I decided to go for a little swing around the city and collect some backpacks. I get a trophy for collecting 5 out of the 55 in the game. Hello, Mr. Backpack. Hello, Mr. Trophy. Oh, on the note of collectibles, there are 40 different landmarks in the game we need to take pictures of so we can get another trophy. We head to the Feast Center now since it's Aunt May's birthday, and we meet Martin Lee, who is helping prepare the event. We jump scare Aunt May and leave because we get an alert of a break-in at the auction house. We find that men in masks have infiltrated the place but find Mary Jane at the same time. It's everyone's favorite part of the game now, the Mary Jane missions. Yay! We sneak into the back room of the auction house to retrieve this file, but then the demons burst in, so MJ has to hide, and that's where Spider-Man came in. We take out the men and find out that their group name are the Demons. How spooky! Don't worry, you trophy-hungry people, next one is coming up. For doing various things in the game, you get benchmark points. For completing a level 1 traversal benchmark, I got a trophy. I hope you guys like the Spider-Man suit as much as I did, because I was constantly changing them. This gave me the trophy Snappy Dresser. In the next minute, I literally get another trophy called Spider Sensible for perfect dodging 10 attacks. And I get another trophy for traversing across the city rooftops. We find out that Shocker is robbing a bank and he has been working with someone behind the scenes. We have a cheeky little boss fight with him. Boom, bop, pow, bada-bing, back. Oh, and of course we get a trophy for defeating him. Next up, I get a trophy for completing a level 1 combat benchmark, and we learn Black Cat is back in town. She leaves clues to where she may be robbing next. There's 12 of these all together, but we get a trophy for doing our first one. We do some patrolling. He does that in Marvel Rivals! He literally does that in Marvel Rivals. Spider-Man! And learn that Howard's pigeons have escaped, so that's another collectible we'll need to get later on. After all this swinging around, I get a trophy for chaining 4 swing tricks before landing. Jeff Davis, Miles' dad, saves Spider-Man from the demons, and Norman Osborn holds an event to give Jeff a Medal of Honor. But someone set off an explosion right next to Jeff as he tried to save everyone else from the impact. The demons overrun the whole rally, and we find out that Martin Lee is behind this all. Miles finds his dad has passed, and we cut to his funeral, ending Act 1. I pay my respects at Uncle Ben's grave and get another trophy. I do some Fisk bases and complete all the side objectives. This gives me another trophy. I try to find out what the demons are up to and I get a trophy for 75 stealth takedowns. Arachnophobia for 75 stealth takedowns. Dude, I have not taken that many people down. We also find out that the demons have bases all over the city, so that's another thing to do. We then meet Civil Sable, who is helping the police take down the demons, and she does not like Spider-Man. Oh, I don't think they're supposed to do that. So let's just go as Yuri explains that we are one of the allies. This wasn't the only glitch I encountered. Oh! Guys, help me. Guys. Amidst all this chaos, I get a trophy for greeting 10 citizens, so it was worth it in the end. I'm not supposed to be here. Let me out. Let me out! Doc Ock gets close to completing his project, but fails again. We learn that the demons are after the Oscorp CEOs to find more info about the Devil's Breath, so we go and save one, but learn that there's another who's on the demons list. How do you think he does that? Do you think he thinks of something bad? Like, it's Monday today. We were too late to save them, so we break into Norman's office to find more about this Devil's Breath. Devil's Breath is supposed to be a cure for all diseases, but at its current form, it is a bioweapon that needs to be contained at all costs. Dr. Morgan Michaels is the lead scientist of the Devil's Breath, so it's a race against time to find him before the demons do. Anyways, we meet Taskmaster, who has some challenges for us. There's 4 challenge types in total, and for each one we score spectacular or better on, we get a trophy. So that's 4 trophies in total. And just after this, I get science for the win for crafting 15 upgrades with my tokens. MJ sneaks into a Sable base to find out where Morgan Michaels is being held, and we find out that he's being moved in the morning. But of course, the demons get to him first, so Spider-Man has to chase them down. After beating some demons and doing some cinematic shots, we stop the car, but Martin Lee has taken the Devil's Breath. This is bad, but Morgan is okay. After this mission, I prevent some more crimes and get overdrive for completing 10 vehicle takedowns, and I got 2 more trophies for doing some side stuff. One for maxing out a benchmark, and another for getting a combo of 100. MJ goes to Grand Central Station because she hears that the demons are planning something there. We find out what the demons are looking for, and they burst in, taking us all hostage, but they set a timer for the Devil's Breath virus to disperse. Spider-Man comes through and helps us out, and MJ, being the MVP, completely disarms the virus, and Spider-Man goes after Martin Lee. We have a little battle with Martin, and we finally take him down. He's behind glass for good now. We head back to the lab to see how Doc Ock is getting on, and we see that he has an upgrade, to say the least. He shows us his new tech, and we find out that it can permanently damage his brain, specifically altering his personality. I did some more cleaning up after this, so I got a few trophies. I got Untouchable Spider-Man for doing an enemy base without taking damage, and Master's Education for achieving Ultimate on a Taskmaster challenge. We then hear that the Devil's Breath has been taken from Sable, and some of Spider-Man's infamous villains have broken out of prison. It's pure chaos as the inmates are free, so we have to take them down and track down our villains. We eventually find Electro and chase him down, but he was leading us into a trap.
Remember, he said not to kill him. Good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want to. Ah!
First and final warning. Stay out of our way.
We get a trophy for completing Act 2, and soon after this, Doc Ock releases the Devil's Breath virus, causing a giant epidemic. And to top it off, Sable now hates us, and all the escaped prisoners have made bases all over the city, so that's another thing to add to the list. Back to the trophies! I got Hero for Hire next for perching on top of Avengers Tower, which for some reason I found really funny. Hey, Hero for Hire! And amazing coverage for activating all the surveillance towers. Hey, amazing coverage. And if Spider-Man had a mobile network. Suddenly, I get grabbed by Vulture and he takes me to Electro, so we got another boss fight on our hands.
Just to suffer.
We take down Electro, and now we
I can feel my leg.
focus on Vulture. After a little fight with him, we clip his wings and get a trophy for taking them both down. I decided to do the rest of the Black Cat stakeouts as I only had a few to do. We track down her hideout, and she's made us a lovely new suit and a trophy to go with it. We will be seeing Black Cat very soon. I also got Hugger out for knocking 10 pairs of enemies with the trip mine. It's now time to fight Rhino and Scorpion. Quite a fun fight as always. That's so cool! Look out, bro. Rhino's just in the background about to charge me, and I'm just taking selfies. We take them down, and they end up arguing, and we take advantage and trap them in a container. And of course, a trophy pops for this. MJ goes to Oscorp to find the intel on the cure for Devil's Breath. She breaks into Norman's secret lab, and we find a location for the cure. But at the same time, we find out a tragic accident that happened years ago with Martin Lee. Turns out Oscorp were experimenting with him and his powers, and in the midst of an experiment, he loses control, and Martin kills his parents. We escape, and we relay the message back to Spider-Man and get to that location ASAP. Martin is already there with the cure, so now we have to take him down once and for all. Holy oh, come on! Boom! We get a trophy for taking down Martin, but our victory is long-lasting as Doc Ock comes in and grabs the cure and puts Spider-Man in critical condition. He takes Norman away and we are sent to Feast to get healed up. We aren't fully healed, but we have to stop Doc Ock, so we go to his lab to make a suit to counter his abilities. Doc Ock is trying to get Norman to tell the city about his corrupt lies. Norman declines, so Doc Ock drops him off the Oscott building. Spider-Man luckily saves him and we confront Doc Ock once and for all. Oh, this is awesome! After a few beatdowns on Ock, this happens.
Such a disappointment. Parker.
No! No!
I tried to warn you, Peter, but you didn't listen. You knew. I won't let you win.
Oh, dude!
It means too much to me. Not more than it means to me.
This is so cool! Dude, I actually forgot how good this was. I forgot how good this was. Flying him down the Oscott building with a couple of kicks and punches, and we finally take him down, and we get the cure off him, leaving him behind. The police. We find out that the cure at its current state will take a day to finalize, and if he uses any of it, he won't be able to save the whole city. And what follows is one of the most gut-wrenching endings to a video game.
You're gonna be okay, ma'am. I've got the cure right here.
Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew.
Oh man, I forgot how sad this was.
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you. And Ben will be too. All the people you've saved.
I don't know what to do.
Yes, you do.
Oh. Oh, that is horrible. The city is killed and everybody's happy, and we get a trophy for completing the game. Now it's time for step 2! Clean up and 100% the DLCs. I started off by doing all the side missions in the game. I fucking hate Screwball. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier on, Mr. Negative made some of the students at this party go crazy, so they are causing chaos all over the city. We team up one of the students to track down the others and bring them back to sanity by beating them half to death. But nonetheless, after resolving a couple incidents, we get a trophy for completing all the corrupt student missions. I just had to take down Tombstone next as my last side mission in the game. We have a fight with Tombstone for him to stop his drug manufacturing and win, obviously. Oh, look at me go, baby! Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and we get a trophy for this. And with that, that's all the side missions done in the game. So we get another trophy. Soon after that, I get a few trophies. One for unlocking all the skills in the game and for purchasing all the suits. Oh, and one for maxing out all my gadgets in the game. I made quick work of the last enemy bases I had to do, so that's 4 trophies in total. Getting those 100% in the districts weren't too bad. I got Neighborhood Watch for completing all crimes in the district.
Bye-bye!
He's dead. I've just killed a man. I've actually just killed this man. And Pigeon Hunter for catching all of Howard's pigeons. I got all the backpacks after the pigeons, so that's another trophy down. Taskmaster was next on my list, so I do all of his challenges and get a trophy. And there's a boss fight with him, which is awesome, and another trophy. Guys, I have just gotten the I Heart Manhattan trophy for 100% completing all of the districts, yeah? Look at this. I have not completed this yet. But I just got the trophy for it. Free trophy, I guess. I left a few trophies for last, but it's DLC time. Black Cat breaks into a museum to snap a painting in half, but we find out there is a USB drive inside the painting. The Magia come over to stop us, and Spider-Man being distracted. Black Cat escapes, but we get a trophy after this. We finally catch up to Black Cat and get a trophy for a cheeky chase with her, and find out that she's working with Hammerhead, one of the Magia family leaders, to track down 5 USB drives for a massive payout. But the catch is they have her son hostage, and now Spider-Man is a little on edge since they used to. So we have to go and rescue her son. Eventually, we reach the vault, but find out it was all a ruse! Black Cat doesn't have a son, and she took all the money for herself. As she locks us in the vault, we hurry to find a way out before Hammerhead gets to her. When we finally catch up to her outside of her apartment, this happens.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh my god, did she just blow up? Ending the DLC. Before we get to the next part, we have some trophies to get. Throughout the DLC, this officer gives us help with locating the stolen art pieces the OG Black Cat stole. By getting all 9 and coming back to him, we find out that he actually wasn't an officer, and that it was the OG Black Cat the whole time, and it was Felicia's dad? Oh, what a twist. And we get a trophy for this. Oh, and Screwball is back. Like Taskmaster, doing all of her challenges gives us a trophy. Now all I had to do was do the crimes over and over again until I got disorganized crime, which I got for completing all crimes in a district. There's a guy webbed to the car and they're driving away with it. And not long after, I got seduced by the city for 100%ing the heist. Now it's time for part 2. Hammerhead thugs now have Sable gear, which is really irritating to fight against. And after Yuri witnessing her team being murdered by Hammerhead, she goes down a deep and dark spiral. We get a trophy for this mission, and Hammerhead keeps targeting the NYPD, and it drives Yuri to the edge, giving us another trophy. The final mission shows Hammerhead in some sort of mech suit. We have a little fight with him, but before we can arrest him, Yuri comes in and shoots him in the head. But he gets resurrected at the end. And another trophy to go with it. Just like the last DLC, there's a trophy for completing all crimes, and a new addition is the Hammerhead bases. These are exactly the same as the ones in the main game, but with Hammerhead thugs. So doing all of these gets me another trophy. Screwball is back again, and doing all of our challenges gets me a trophy, and with that I get the 100% trophy for Turf Wars. Now it's time for the final part. Silver Sable comes back and fights us because she blames us for Hammerhead stealing her gear. What? Oh my god. But we're chill now. We get a trophy after this and track down Hammerhead. Fortunately, he finds us, but why the fuck is he a cyborg? He's a cyborg now, apparently. Just before we crash, Black Cat comes in and saves us and tells us how to take down Hammerhead. She dips, but Sable is captured, so we have to go quickly save her and make a plan to take down Hammerhead once and for all. We have a boss fight with him and shut him down, I guess? Ending the DLC. We never actually find out what happens to Hammerhead after this, so that's that. Yuri has left police reports all over the city for us to find, since she hasn't been seen since the incident with Hammerhead. By collecting them all, we learn that she killed a member of the Magia, turning herself into the anti-hero known as Wraith. And a trophy, of course. There's also more bases around the city, so doing all of those gets me another trophy. Screwball's final season is upon us, and by completing all of our challenges, we get a trophy, as usual. We finally track her down and chase her, eventually catching her and getting a trophy. Finally finished with all 3 DLCs, I get my last trophy for 100% completing the Silver Lining. Now for the final step. Get the leftover trophies. I quickly did New Game Plus on Ultimate difficulty and got 2 trophies. Riding the subway 5 times gets you another trophy. In the city, there are research stations you can complete. They are basically just fun little missions you can do for tokens, but doing all of them gets you a trophy. I went back to the lab to complete all the optional minigames, and doing so gets me my next trophy. And last but not least, I photographed all the landmarks on the map, and you know what that meant. Yes! Be greater. Let's go! Absolutely loved playing through this game again. It felt so good. But let me know if you want to see a Miles Morales Platinum video as well. If you made it this far, you have my utmost gratitude. I cannot thank you enough, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I hope you liked the video, and bye-bye.